know about the climate of polar regions. These regions have cold temperature and are covered with snow for most of the year. First, we shall study about the adaptations in polar bears. Characteristics which help polar bears to adapt to polar regions are white fur, long curved and sharp claws, layer of fat in the body, large and wide pores, strong sense of smell. Let us
Climate has a profound effect on all living organisms, and organisms have adapted to survive efficiently in the climatic condition they live in. Animals living in the extreme conditions, such as in polar regions, possess special features to protect themselves in such environment. Polar region shows one of the extreme conditions on the planet. It is covered with snow, remains very cold for most part of the year, and temperature can be as low as minus 37 degrees Celsius. One of the animals that survive and thrive successfully in such conditions is polar bear. Polar bears have white fur so that they are not easily visible in the snowy background to the predators. Polar bears have two thick layers of fur and also have an insulating fat layer under their skin, which keeps them warm in cold weather. Out of the two skin layers, outer or top layer has long oily hair, whereas inner or under layer has soft and fine hair. When wet, the top layer keeps the under layer dry, and excess water is then shaken off from the body. Polar bears are good long-distance swimmer and can remain in water for extended period of time. While swimming underwater, polar bear can close its nostrils and swim efficiently as far as 100 miles at one go. Such physical activities help in cooling on warm days. Polar bear's feet are furred and covered with small bumps. Its paws are wide and large. All these help them to walk with ease on the snow without slipping. Polar bear can use its remarkable sense of smell to detect a prey which is 1 mile away. With the help of long, curved and sharp claws, it can find its prey hidden under ice. Polar bears don't enter deep hibernation. Most polar bears remain active throughout the year. They have the ability to reduce their metabolic rate when food is scarce and adjust it again when food is abundant. Only pregnant female polar bear enters dens to give birth to young ones. Such den is usually a site in snow drifts along mountain slopes or in banks of snow on the frozen sea. For first few weeks, polar bear keeps its cub close to itself to protect them from outside cold. Cubs are toothless and covered with short, soft fur. They are completely dependent on their mother for warmth and food. In the next 3 to 4 weeks, cubs are fed with the mother milk nearly 6 times a day. However, this frequency decreases gradually as the cubs grow older. Mother and cubs stay inside until the cubs are big enough to trek. After few more weeks, cubs are then brought outside to face the challenges of the extreme climate. Polar bears are thus one of the most adapted animals on this planet. However, rapid meltdown of ice due to changing climate and global warming is making their life difficult and threatening their entire survival.
Let us now talk about the adaptations in penguins. Features which help penguins to adapt to polar regions are
All birds have not adapted to survive comfortably in extreme conditions of winters. Thus, they migrate to warmer regions in winter and come back when winter is over. When the river of the Siberia are frozen in winters, the Siberian cranes visit Bharatpur Sanctuary in India. In India, located in Rajasthan, the Bharatpur Bird Sanctuary is one of the finest sanctuaries of the world where many birds spend their winters comfortably.
Climate of a tropical rainforest. The region near the equator is called tropical region with high temperature. Adaptations in red-eyed frog. Development of sticky pads to climb and live on trees have helped red-eyed tree frog to adopt tropical region. Adaptations in monkeys. They have long tail, hand and feet, which help them to hold the branches easily. Adaptations in toucan bird. A long, large beak that helps it to reach the fruits on the branches, which are too weak to support its weight. Adaptations in lion-tailed macaque, beard ape. It has a silver-white mane which surrounds its head from the cheeks down to its chin. As it spends a major part of its life on the trees, it is adapted as good climber. It feeds on fruits, seeds, young leaves, stems, flower and insects. Let us notice the adaptive features of elephants. Three major adaptations in elephants are:
Elephants are the largest living land mammals. They have a number of features that help them to survive in different habitats. The presence of such special features that enables the animals to survive in different habitat is called adaptation. The most prominent adaptation in an elephant is its trunk. The trunk is the elongation of the nose and the upper lips. An elephant manipulates food and brings it to its mouth by using its trunk. The trunk has numerous tiny muscles that allow the elephant to grasp and eat all sorts of vegetation like tree foliage, branches and twigs. An elephant needs a huge quantity of food and water to live. That is why a large herd of elephants is generally found mainly in food-rich areas. The elephant uses the trunk as a suction device to draw water, which is then squirted into the mouth for drinking. The trunk can hold around 4 liters of water. An elephant can drink about 200 liters of water in a day and survive for 2 weeks without water. It also uses the trunk as a shower with various pressure settings to spray water for cooling its body and serving the purpose of basic hygiene at the same time. It has the largest nose in the world. Hence, it is not surprising that an elephant is thought to have the best sense of smell among animals. It constantly moves its trunk in the air in every direction for recognizing the smells to determine the location of its group, enemies, and food sources. Other adaptive features in an elephant is its tusk, which is actually an elongated incisor. The elephants use their tusks for various purposes, like stripping the bark of a tree that they love to eat. Thus, they are capable of handling competition for food with other animals. It It is not easy for an elephant to go unnoticed because of its body weight and size. The large surface area of its feet supports its weight and the soft, elastic layers, which form the sole act as shock absorbers and help them to move silently. One of the best self-cooling features that an elephant has is its ears. By flapping its huge ears, an elephant can lower its blood temperature by more than 5 degrees Celsius or 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Elephants live in different habitats, from the tropical rainforests to desert regions. The so-called desert elephants, which live in the desert, have some more unique adaptations to their hot, dry, and sandy environment. The temperature in this region is very hot. Even the small animals find it difficult to survive. Desert elephants have evolved their own efficient cooling mechanisms. They are less hairy and have wrinkled skin. The wrinkled skin increases the surface area, which allows more heat to escape and hence helps a desert elephant in keeping its body temperature low. Due to the scarcity of water in a hot region, a desert elephant uses its trunk to spray mud as a substitute of water onto its back for cooling its body. Spraying mud on the body also protects it from flies and ticks. Thus, during the process of evolution, elephants had adapted, survived, and thrived successfully in their habitats. They are the largest living land animals on Earth today.
What we have learned in this module. Weather is highly dynamic phenomena and it refers to the state of atmosphere on a day-to-day basis with respect to different elements. Sun is responsible for all the weather changes in a place. The average pattern of weather in a region over a long period of time is called climate. Characteristics developed by living organisms to live comfortably at a place in the prevailing climatic conditions as a result of evolution are called adaptations. Polar regions have cold temperature and are covered with snow for most of the year. Animals best adapted to such regions are polar bear, penguins, migratory birds, etc. While tropical regions are regions with high temperature and heavy rainfall. Animals such as red-eyed frog, monkeys, toucan bird, lion-tailed macaque, elephants, etc. are best suited for tropics.